Have you ever watched a person that you said to yourself like, well, they think they all that, or they think the world revolves around them. You know why you saying that? Because that person is putting out that energy that makes you feel that way, because actually that person does feel like the world revolves around them. That person does feel like it is all about them. That's what I'm saying. It's the way that you're thinking, because the way that you think is the way that you're gonna behave. So that's why you can look at a person and be like, you know what, that person really think that the world revolves around them, because look at how they carrying themselves. Look at the things that they do. Look how bold they are. Look how fearless they are. That's because that person does feel like that about themselves. And they don't care how you feel about them, because they know who they are. That's why they walking like that. They feeling themselves. They feel good about themselves. They already know that they the shit, because that's the person that they think that they are. So you being the type of person that you are, whatever you think that you are, that's what you are. You're carrying yourself that way. If you think that you can't be nothing but a sucker, or you think that you can't be nothing more than what somebody else is telling you, then that's what you're going to start thinking that you are. If a person constantly telling you as a child, oh, you stupid, oh, you never going to be nothing, oh, you just, you're going to be like everybody else. That child grows up thinking that they're stupid and that they're never going to be nothing. And that makes them have depression, and it gives them low self-esteem. That's why you have a lot of mental illness out here, because it's the way that people is thinking. A lot of people believe what they've been told, and they lie. See, you got to know that regardless of what somebody is telling you, you know who you are, because you set the stage for yourself. You already know what your outcome is going to be. You're not worried about what nobody else is thinking. You could care less about how they thinking, because you know they don't got nothing to do with your development. And most people don't. You're going to have people that's going to come and they're going to ridicule you. They're going to try to stop you. They're going to try to throw you off your game. You're going to have a lot of little distractions that's trying to, take you away from who you are and what you're really trying to become. But see, that's all a lesson. That's what you should use to motivate yourself to be the better person that you want to be. These things are put in place only because it's helping you become your better self. Don't give in to the fears. Stop giving into the distraction. Stop giving into all the noise. Stop giving into your fear. Stop giving into what you feel like you can't do. Stop saying to yourself, you can't be this. Stop saying to yourself, you can't have this. Because as long as you keep saying that you can't, guess what's going to happen? You're not. Let that be your motivation to push yourself into thinking better about yourself. If it's your job, if you at a job that you don't like, I'm not telling you to quit your job. What I'm telling you is to start changing the way that you look at your job. If you don't like your job, then think of ways that you can get out of your job without struggling, without hurting yourself. If you don't like the environment that you're living in, think of a way that you can get out of that environment so that you can be in a better environment that's going to feed your imagination, that's going to feed your mind, that's going to put you in a place of greatness. If it's something that you don't like, then don't focus on what you don't like. Focus on what it is that you want. And see, when you focus on what it is that you want, then eventually you're going to start working toward that. It's going to be gradual. It's not going to be an overnight process. But eventually, if you constantly keep putting yourself in a place of elevation, eventually you're going to be elevated. If you want to be great, then you're going to have to start thinking great. You're going to have to already have that vibration. You're going to have to already know that you are the shit. You got to know that already. I've had a lot of situations in my life that have put me in positions where I thought that I could never do certain things. But you know what? That only kept me there. So I had to start changing the way that I was thinking. I had to start saying to myself, I had to start saying to myself, Bina, you can do anything that you want to do. What is it that you want to do? All right, this is what you want to do. Then you're going to have to start working toward it. And I start taking steps toward that. It was hard. And I'm still going through that, because I'm nowhere near where I want to be, but I'm nowhere where I used to be. You got to listen to yourself. You know what it is that you want to do, and you know what's best for you. Start putting yourself in situations where you can start actually gaining from things. You can pull from things and you can make something else out of it that's going to work for you. There's no limit to life. There's no glass ceiling. There's no sky's the limits. Sky is limitless. Sometimes you're going to have to change the way that you're doing things in order to get better results out of what you want. Because things are designed a certain way for you to not get it. So in order for you to get it, then what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to change course, right? So that means you're going to have to change the way that you're thinking. If you change the way that you think, then the things around you will change. You can't fall prey to your situation. You have to create the situation. You're going to have to create the life that you want. Put yourself where you want to be. You're going to have a lot of people who's going to say, you can't do that. Oh, that's not possible. That's because they couldn't do it. So now they casting and projecting their fears off on you. Lose the fear and start living in your purpose. You have to elevate your mind. When you elevate your mind, you're going to elevate things around you. Is going to be elevated. We've all been taught to think a certain way from childhood. It's just like when you're in school, your teacher says, hey, James, what is it that you want to be when you grow up? As a child does not know what they want to be because they have no concept of life. They can only look at like their parents or their teachers or people that's older than them and say, well, I want to be like my mother, or I want to be a fireman, or I want to be a this, or I want to be a teacher. That's only because that's what they see. They don't have the capacity to think on a greater level in order to get a different result. You see what I'm saying? Because there's many other things that you can be other than a doctor, a teacher, a fireman. And there's so many things that you can be. You can be yourself. That's not an answer that most people are taught to say. I want to be myself. Or I want to be an astronaut. Or I want to be a scientist. These are not things that are put in front of you in order to get that type of thinking, to create that type of thinking. So it takes time. You have to grow into these things and have some type of, sometimes you need exposure and to see other things and to get out and expand your mind, expand your elevation, elevate your mind and see different things so that way you'll know that, oh, you do have options. You can create your own path. You can say to yourself, well, maybe these things are not what I want to do. Maybe I want to be the person that, I want to just be a motivational speaker. Those are the things that are not given to you as a child. These are not the normal things that we see. So that's why I'm saying when you change the way that you think, then things around you are going to change. You're going to start seeing things different because you're going to have a different exposure to things. Don't be afraid of the unknown, y'all. Don't be afraid to think different. Don't be afraid to be different because being different is unique. Because now you're an inventor. You're somebody who's bringing something new to the table. We know what we have already, but what can you bring that we haven't seen before? See, if you keep looking at somebody else or if you keep thinking and doubting yourself, then you cheat the world of your invention. You cheat the world of what you really can be, your true higher self, your power self. These are the things that you're going to have to train your mind. You're going to have to train your mind to do. You're going to have to start shutting out all this extra nonsense and all these distractions. You're going to have to start tuning that out. I'm sorry. A lot of friends, a lot of family, you're going to have to start cutting them off. They're going to drop off anyway. Once they start seeing that you're trying to change your way of thinking anyway. And say like you just found a little bit of information out and you want to get a little bit more clarity on that. And you start talking to these people, like your friends, you're going to start talking to your friends and your family about it. They're going to tell you that you're crazy. They're going to start looking at you like, I always knew something was different with you. That's what you got to start looking at and saying, well, I am different. It's nothing wrong with me just because I'm different. You have to have a certain type of mind in order to think different. You're just going to have to start listening to yourself. Start listening to that voice within. If you know you can do something, then do it. Stop thinking about what other people are going to say about you. Stop thinking about what other people are going, oh, they're going to leave me. So what? Let me tell you something. At the end of the day, when you look at it, you by yourself anyway. When the smoke clears and you have your certain situations, you by yourself anyway. You're going to be going through your life process anyway by yourself. So why you care about what somebody else thinking about you? Start thinking about how you feel about how you think about you. Aren't you great enough to feel like you deserve the best? Don't you think that you deserve the best? Don't you think that you deserve to have anything in your life that you want? Don't you think that you deserve to have these things in your life? Don't you think that about yourself? If you don't think that about yourself, then this is not the channel for you. I'm sorry, because this channel is only, on this channel, we motivate and we inspire real people to do real things. I want people to know that whatever they think they are is what they are. If you think you the shit, then you the shit. You know why? Because you are putting yourself there. You can think your way into having anything that you want. It's all on perception. It's all on the way that you think. How do you view yourself? How do you feel about yourself? Do you feel like you're worthy of having the best in life? Then if you think that you're worthy of having the best in life, then you're going to actually do those things to give you the best things in life. Think more of yourself. Think positive of yourself. Think great of yourself. It's all on you. Your life is where it is. It's because of the way you were thinking. Your life is gonna be the way that you want it to be. It's because of the way that you're thinking. I be thinking that I know I'm better than this. I know I'm better than this. My situations and my circumstances do not determine who I am. That's just something that happened to me. I know I'm better than this. I know I can be great. I know I can go where I want to go in life. I know I can have what I want to have in life. You gotta know that you can put yourself in the same position. You're gonna have to elevate yourself. Start strategizing, y'all. Start strategizing in your life and creating strategies that you can use to create the life that you want. Create a plan and create a strategy to get to that point in your life that you want to be. Think your way into greatness and you can have it. So I hope that this video helped someone and it helped motivate you. So love yourself as I love you. Stay in your love and your light. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.